nice day yesterday?
No. I was stuck in here.
Oh, yes, of course. Did you have any patients?
Only the zoo.
Oh, yes. An emergency?
Not that you'd notice. One of the chimpanzees, lovely creatures, chimpanzees, had bitten its mate's thumb off.
Oh, dear. Still, it's all business, isn't it? We had a busy day at the chapel.
Chapel?
Mount Zion. We had a party with the little children. I'm the Sunday school supervisor, you know.
I didn't think you went in for parties at the Prims.
Our chapel is a joyful place, Mr. Turner. If you came sometime, you'd know.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Webb. I'm just doing the post now.
Good. Morning.
Morning.
What's that you're doing?
Sulfonamide for the zoo. One of the chimpanzees.
Oh, yes, Mr. Rundle told me about that last night.
I said I'd send them some over to put in its drinks. Reduce the risk of infection.
I see, and that's it, is it? A full treatment?
What else is there we can do?
There's something wrong.
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Spit it out, then. Come on.
It's the zoo.
What about the zoo?
When you offered me this job, you never said anything about it.
Mm. Go on.
I didn't expect to have to treat exotic species, wild animals. I've had no training for it, and I've no inclination for it.
You're not paid to have inclinations, young man. The zoo is part of this practice. That's all that need concern you.
But you never told me it was part of the practice.
What are you trying to say? That I tricked you into coming here?
Yes. Yes, I suppose I am. If you had told me...
What?
I don't even like zoos.
Like? What's like got to do with it? You're in business now, young man. If everybody only did the things they liked, this country would be in a sorry state.
Wild animals belong in the wild, not behind bars for the two-legged variety to gawp at.
Now, just you listen to me. You're not a student anymore. You're being paid as my assistant. Your job is to do what I tell you, understand?
Yes, but...
No buts. Either you want the job or you don't. You won't be the only applicant by a long chalk, and you're not irreplaceable even now. Well?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
Oh, yes, you did. If you don't mean a thing, then don't damn well say it. Now, I'm making allowances for the fact that this is your first employment. So I'll give you a chance to sort yourself out and make your mind up. You can have a week to let me know whether you want to stay in the job or not, right?
Thank you.
All right. Now get that sulfonamide over to the zoo. If they're paying for it, they must have it.
Morning, Harry. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Perks.
Oh, it's you. Come see your girlfriend, have you? What have you got there?
Brought some fruit. Can I give it her?
Let's have a look. Aye. All right. I shouldn't really, seeing as it's you. Come on, then. Don't tell my gaffer, though, will you? Come on. Come on, girl. That's it. That's it. Hiya. Sorry, give her one. That's it. Good girl. Good girl.
Much as it grieves me to say this, Howard, I feel it incumbent upon me to express my concern about this latest set of figures.
Well, I think we're all concerned, Mr. Chair.
Yes, I'm sure we are. But how carefully have these costs been examined?
Well, I assure you, I think of very little else.
I mean, look at the fuel bill. Compared to the equivalent period last year, it's not even winter.
Well, the weather hasn't been as kind as it might have been. And we have to provide heating for the tropical species, otherwise we might lose them. And the price of coal has gone up yet again.
Well, there's no television on during the daytime when we're open, so I don't see how you can blame the TV for what people do at other times.
It's changing people's outlooks, George, making them expect more.
Well, then we just have to give them more, won't we? Trouble is, Mr. Chairman, we really need to spend more money.
Which is something we do not exactly possess in plentiful abundance.
Yes, well, what's the alternative? Zoo goes to the wall?
As I pointed out before, we've got a very valuable site here, and it might well be in the interest of the shareholders to consider other possible uses for it.
Close the zoo?
Why not if it can't make money?
What about the animals?
Well, we can sell them. They're down on the books as assets. They can be realized like any other assets.
Oh, before we start thinking about that, Mr. Chairman, I suggest we set about trying to improve income by doing more to attract visitors.
Without spending any money.
Look, it can be done, and as a matter of fact, I have a few suggestions.
Yes, George, I thought you might have.
That seems to be it for today, Mr. Webb.
Is that Labrador all right?
Yes, he's sleeping it off nicely. I'll look in on him later.
Right, off you go then. And think over what I said this morning.
Yes, I will. Good night. Good night, Ethel.
Good night, Mr. Turner. You're too soft with that young man.
Oh, they're all the same youngsters nowadays. Come out of college with their heads stuffed full of fancy ideas.
And their feet too big for their boots, if you ask me. Trying to pick and choose what he does. He should be grateful to you for giving him a job at all.
He's got the makings of a good surgeon. If I can only manage to knock a bit of sense into him.
If, you mark my words, he'll end up going the same way as all the others. But if you're daft enough to give him a second chance...
Oh, well. That's up to him now. Thanks.
Hello. What are you doing?
Oh, just bagging up a bit of pigeon corn. What sort of day have you had?
Oh, quite busy. Operated on an old Labrador this afternoon. Took a tumour the size of an orange out of her abdomen.
Cancer?
No, it was benign. Not a carcinoma. She was right as rain in the morning.
Oh, nice.
Very satisfying.
Mm.
She belongs to an old widower. You should have seen his face when I told him she was going to be all right.
Oh,
Marvellous.
You'll be ready for your tea then?
Is it all right if I have it later? I thought I might go for a stroll. I've got a bit of thinking to do.
Mr. Webb. What happened?
Well, I had it out with him. Told him
And?
what I think, you know.
And?
He said I can have a week to think about it, whether I want to stay or not.
Oh, well, your tea can wait. I've got your nice bit of boiled ham and salad.
Thanks.
Well, off you go then. Just be careful what you decide.
Yes, I will.
And don't forget, there's only one thing worse than rushing into something without thinking. And that's rushing out of something without giving it a chance. Now, just you remember that now.
You're not concentrating on your game.
Don't start.
Well, I hope you're going to play better than this in the foursomes, because otherwise I better start looking for a new partner.
Well, you might have to anyway when they close the zoo.
What?
Oh, that'll make you sit up.
Who's going to close the zoo?
Frank Harvey, give him the chance. He's got some half-baked idea about developing the site.
That's rubbish. What else could they do with it?
Anything that doesn't lose money like the zoo does.
I see. Bad as that, is it?
It is. I've got my orders, start attracting customers or else. But I can't spend any money.
What do they expect you to do?
Publicity. Get the zoo in the papers.
I see.
What am I going to do for another job at my age? I ask you.
Have you told Alice?
You don't think I'm that daft, do you? Bad enough having the board of directors blaming me for everything. You know what your sister's like.
There you are, Mr. Parsons. Looks a little gory, but she'll be as good as new in no time. Take her home and keep her quiet. Give her light meals, nothing too heavy for a few days, and bring her back in a week to have the stitches out. Okay?
Yes. I thought she was a goner. She's all I've got now.
Right.
Come on, girl. Let's get you home. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Get you home, girl. Come on.
Was that Mr. Parsons?
That's right.
You made a good job of that.
Thank you.
Have you given any thought to the other matter?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Well?
I'd like to apologize. I was wrong to speak the way I did.
Question is, what are you going to do about it?
I'd like to stay and give it a try, if that's all right.
As long as you're prepared to do as you're told.
I'll do my best. I can't change the way I feel about the zoo, but I'll try not to let it interfere with my work.
Good. As it